everyone, it is Jazz here. We're gonna do a music collection video because recently my mom was like, so you haven't talked about any of your vinyl records in a long time, and I was like, you are correct. So I thought I would do a little video about the vinyl that I've purchased so far this year. Now I feel like for some reason that I should preface this by saying I have not yet this year gotten to any kind of record store to get any used or vintage vinyl, which is just a super bummer, but I just haven't gotten to the store yet. But there's still a few months in the year, so please, fellow vinyl collectors, do not gasp in horror that I have not looked through the bins yet. I will get to it. But so far this year I've been getting some awesome albums off of Amazon as well as at Barnes & Noble. So let's get into talking about the 9 records that I have purchased this year so far. The first album buy of this year was Hot Fuss by The Killers, the very first Killers album. I just really adore this album, and when I found out they were going to re-release it on vinyl, I knew I had to get it way back in January, I believe this was, and I just have really great memories of listening to this album. Me and my mom really loved this album when it came out together, and we would listen to it together, and I think I actually got it for her on CD for her birthday or something like that, so I had to have this in my collection. Next, I have the soundtrack for the musical movie La La Land in my hands. So I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it reminded me so much of the musicals that I grew up watching and still love to watch to this day. So I, of course, really enjoyed the music in it, and I wanted to listen to it more, so I decided to purchase it in vinyl. This album is also printed in this very pretty blue vinyl, so if you like colored vinyl, this is one that you might want to pick up because it is a fun, beautiful blue color. Then I have Pentatonix's self-titled album, and this is their album where they had predominantly original songs, which is pretty cool. They are all really excellent. It's a nice mix of styles to me. There are some slower kind of songs, and there are also some quicker upbeat tunes that are more pop, and you can't deny the awesomeness that they make all those sounds with just their voices, and it sounds like a full band. It's just awesomeness in a box. I could not believe the deal that I got on Amazon for this because it is a double LP limited edition white vinyl printing. You can see it's white, which is super cool. And I got this for $8, which blew my mind because it's very rare that you can get a brand new vinyl that is unused for that inexpensively. And I got a really awesome musical experience. Next, I have Billie Holiday's Lady Sings the Blues album. So excited to have this. I've been wanting it for a really very long time, and I finally got it a few months back. It is a great album to listen to vocal jazz styling, and also it's a great album for just rainy days. Like, it's like the perfect kind of rainy day chill, like, mood music. This double LP is the original Lady Sings the Blues album, but on the second LP it is her best of album. And I think it's really awesome just artwork wise about this is that it has a really cool set of photographs on the inside of the vinyl sleeve, I guess is what you call it. And that is super fun to look at when you're just opening and looking at it, and it's just a brilliant album on its own. It's just fabulous to listen to. If you haven't listened to this, go get you some of this right now. Next, I have the soundtrack for the film The Breakfast Club. I, of course, love this movie to freaking bits, and so I really wanted to get the soundtrack, and I also really enjoy the music in the movie. It has some really great popular songs, but it also has some really cool synth instrumental songs, so I was super excited to get this album in my collection. Now, what is hilarious to me is that this is printed in what Amazon calls dandruff white. And I guess that's different than normal white because I guess it's more dandruff looking, and I just go, oh, the movie references crack me up right there. It just gives me a giggle. So every time I take it out of the sleeve, I think dandruff white vinyl. Next I have Parachutes by Coldplay. I also got this one around the same time that I got The Breakfast Club because there were just some really good deals on Amazon that day, and I got this for about $9, I think, so that's a pretty good deal. The funny thing about this is that it took me forever as a youngin' to get into Coldplay. Like, I wasn't a big fan, and then for some reason when I became like 20 or so, I was like, I love them. What was I thinking all these years? So I, of course, had to have a few Coldplay albums in my collection, and I got this particular one because it is one of my favorite ones to read to. I really love reading to Coldplay. It also has like the great songs like Don't Panic and Yellow and things like that on it, so I thought it would be a nice pleasant addition. The next couple are finally not internet purchases. They are Barnes & Noble purchases because I go in Barnes & Noble and I have to look at the vinyl collection as well as the book collection. Am I right? So I guess I was further in the mood for some more Coldplay, so I decided to get Viva La Vida, which is my favorite Coldplay album of theirs, and I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet. And I hadn't, like I said, gotten to a true record store, so I decided to get it while I saw it because I was like, I need Viva La Vida in my life. What I think is so very cool about this album is that it has this really cool insert in the sleeve that is just like different pictures and painting things and just all kinds of fun graphics, which I think is amazing, and it just really adds something to the aesthetic of the album, which makes me super happy, as well as just listening to the fabulous music because it's so good. I love it so much. And also at B&N I realized that I desperately needed some David Bowie in my collection because I have none, and it hurt me a little bit inside. So I decided to go and get his Changes One album, which is his compilation album. So it's a compilation of some of his songs. It's not, I guess, what I would call a best of, but I'm just gonna go with compilation. So this is a really cool reprint of the original album. Now every Bowie song is pretty much awesome, but this features a lot of his most well-known awesome songs. So you gotta have that in your collection because that makes it super fun to listen to. I also got a really fun surprise when I got home when this album was reprinted into vinyl. They printed half of them in black and half of them in clear, and I got home and it turned out that I was one of the people that got the clear half. That is super cool. I've always weirdly wanted a clear vinyl, and I think it's because I read this book called Vinyl Princess, and one of the vinyls that she was getting was in clear vinyl, and it just stuck in my head. And the last one is yet another Amazon purchase. So I saw that they had Green Day's American Idiot for like 30% off, and it was too great of a deal to pass up because this is a fabulous double LP of this fabulous album. I have such great memories kind of with this album. My mom and my two friends went with me to see this band in concert when this album was being toured for, and so I have just really great memories with this album as well as with the music, and I really enjoy the musicianship and the structure of this album so very much, and so I'm just really excited to have it. Another cool thing is just the cool lyric sheet that comes with it. It is so very artistic, so you can tell that whoever put this album's art together really put a lot of cool effort into making it visually interesting as well as musically interesting to listen to, and I think that is an extra super plus of collecting vinyl, is just little details like that. Those were the albums that I've bought so far this year in 2017. As you can see though, there was a lot of internet buying, and this video was not sponsored by Amazon. Even though it kind of sounded like it. Hope you guys have a super shiny, super great day. Thank you for watching. Bye!